Hey everyone, welcome back to my Dev Web App channel. Today I'm going to provide and explain the solution to the search bar React.js coding interview task. Let's take a look at the design. As you can see, we have some headers and an input and a list of items. And when I provide some search value like JS, as you can see, we have filtered items and I can provide more values, and as you can see now we have nothing, and let me provide React, and React.js was filtered. And now let's go to the code and implement our challenge. I launched my Visual Studio Code and open a React Interview Tasks project, and let me remove the old component from the previous task. And now I'm going to start my dev server with command npm run dev. The project was created with Vite, and now I can open it in the terminal. And okay, we have only a header, and let me hide this panel. And now I'm going to add new component, and it will be search bar JSX. And also I'll create file for styles search bar CSS. Okay, and now I can create function search bar, and it will be functional component. And let me return some JSX. I'll create div and add class name search bar, and this div will be a container for our task. And now I can add h2 tag and provide search bar, and okay, now I can export my component, and inside app.jsx I can import my search bar and add it here. Okay, and let's check what I have so far. And we have our search bar h2 header, and let's add the functionality. And for that I need to provide some list of items, and for that I'll just create array. It will be array of strings, and we'll provide some values like HTML, CSS, and also JavaScript. Okay, and I need to comma here, and also let's add React.js, and also we can add Angular and Vue, and also can add Svelte, and let's add more items like Node.js and also Next.js. And I can pass these items as props to my component. Okay, and inside component I can retrieve my items, and I'll use object destructoring, and will retrieve my items here. And let's create a list of items. I'll use unordered list, and let's add code. Items is an array, and I can use map function and to iterate through items, and for each item I'll provide the function that will just return JSX, and I'll use li. Okay, and we'll just provide my item, and let's check. Okay, and we have our items, and probably we need to provide key because if I open console, you can see this warning. Let's add key, and React will use this key to update the state. And let me add index here. You can provide some ID, but in this task, I'll just use index. Okay, and let's check again. Let me refresh the page, and as you can see, we don't have this warning anymore. And now let me add input, where I can provide my value, and type will be text. And let me add some placeholder like search. Okay, let's check. And we have our input, but now we need to add functionality. And let me add a query variable, and I'm going to use hook use state. And as you can see, import was added, and we can provide initial value, and it will be empty string. And as you can see, use state returns a stateful value and a function to update it, and it returns array, and we can save the data into variables. And for that, I'm going to use query, and also function to update my state will be set query. Okay, and now we can use this query inside input, and provide value as query, and also we can add on change handler to change the value of our query when the user provides some value. And I'm going to use event, and for event I'm going to set query and get the value from event target, and we'll have value. Okay, and let's check. And we can provide value, but we haven't added any functionality to change the items. And let me add one more variable, const filtered items. And in this variable, I'll store the items that we will retrieve after filter function. And I'm going to use filter function of the array. Items is an array of strings, and I can iterate through each item. And for each item, I'll provide the function for my filter, and I'll include the items only if we have the value of query in the item. And for that, I'm going to use item, and let's do to lower case. It will be case intensivity, and also now I can use includes function, and let me provide query, and use also to lowercase. Okay, and now we can use filtered items instead of items. And let's check what I have. I'm going to refresh and provide some values. And as you can see, we have some filtered values, and I can provide JS, and looks good so far. And now we can add styles, and for that I'm going to import my search bar CSS, and let's use this class name and add some styles, and I'm going to add styles for unordered list, and I'll add list style type and provide none. And also I'm going to add styles to input, and we'll add padding like 0.5. 5 RAM and also 0.7 RAM for left right. And let's check. Okay, and as you can see, the styles were changed. And let me check the functionality. And I can provide view. And as you can see, the items were filtered and everything looks good. And that's all that I had for today. If you like the video, subscribe to my Dev Web App channel. Like the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.